Hola, bienvenidos a vlog número 3. I'm joking, everyone. Welcome back to vlog number 3. Now, I know that we've been doing a little mini-series and we've been diving into DEI Deconstructed, and today we're going to go ahead and continue, and we're going to talk about Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. For Chapter 3, I would like to focus on the IAT, the Implicit Association Training, and for Chapter 4, a little bit about the stakeholders. Okay, so let's talk about the IAT. The IAT is supposed to be able to measure your implicit biases that you have. If you've never taken one before, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. So this used to be something that a lot of employers would take, but as any test, you learn to navigate it and you learn that it becomes favorable, and therefore it's not something that's super reliable. However, when I was reading the text, something that really stood out to me was that it mentioned that 75% of white adult Americans show a preference towards white people rather than black. Now, this is not shocking to me. It is upsetting, but it's not shocking. And the reason being is that the DEI industry, not much has changed, in my opinion, and according to some research that I've read over the last few years. Now, what I mean by not a lot has changed is that I'm going to take you back to my undergrad days. I took a child abuse class, and in this class there was only one short section that was going over how most kids who are being examined, if you're of a darker complexion, either dark brown or black, you're more likely to go undiagnosed. And a quick example of this is going to be how if a child is hit and they're bruised, it'll probably show up on a kid who has a lighter complexion versus a darker complexion, and dismissing the case. Now, this led me to think about how our medical textbooks are created, and a lot of medical students have spoken out regarding this. And by the way, for our stakeholders, we are stakeholders. Our medical students are our stakeholders, our physicians and staff. And because one of the medical students realized that this was an issue, they actually went ahead and created a little handbook, textbook that basically showed what it would look like to be diagnosed, or what a symptom would look like on a darker skin complexion versus a lighter skin complexion. And I'm going to go ahead and link that below because I feel like that's something that's really important. As stakeholders, we have to go ahead and demand change in the medical industry because there is still so much that could be done and should be done. As I was just curious to see who holds the majority of physician titles, I went into the AAMC website, and it says that 56% self-report as white. Again, that's like a little checkbox that you have to go ahead and self-report. But if this has any correlation towards or to the 75% of white adult Americans that show preference towards white than black, then I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned as, a woman of color, because I also know that black women have a higher mortality rate during birth than a non-white woman. And as a stakeholder myself, there has been so many times that I have had to advocate for myself. I prefer a woman doctor because there has been so many times where I have felt dismissed from a white male doctor, and it's something that I've had to learn for myself. So anyhow, I hope that this encourages you to be more aware when you visit your doctor's office. Make sure to be your biggest advocate because you are a stakeholder, and we do have to hold our physicians accountable, and sometimes the industry as a whole. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you for vlog numero 4. Bye!